One of the tips that I like to share with new oncology nurses is to make sure that you're familiar with the resources and your multidisciplinary team that you have at your disposal. And some of those resources can be especially helpful to our oncology patients because this system is very daunting, it's very scary, there's a lot of steps, and there's a lot that's changing for these patients. So as we look forward, we have our oncology social workers who can help connect these patients to support groups and who can help connect them to financial resources and who can really mitigate a lot of these barriers to care that could potentially prevent them from achieving the full benefit of their treatment and being successful as they navigate. One of the other resources that we have is nurse navigators. And nurse navigators can be a fantastic resource that's not available across all specialties because it can be that point of contact for those patients and can really be the point person and someone to ease their fears and someone to educate them and let them know what's happening and ease the transition a little bit. Another really important resource is palliative care. For years, palliative care has been misrepresented, that it goes hand in hand with hospice. And so because of that, a lot of patients are fearful. And it puts us as oncology nurses in a really great spot to be able to educate these patients and to really understand what palliative care is and the benefits that it offers and that the success that it can help our patients and really improve their overall outcomes and improve their quality of life. One of the greatest tips that I like to offer new oncology nurses is to write everything down. Whether it is an app on your phone or a document on your computer or a notebook, find a way to retain and categorize all of the information that is going to be coming at you as a brand new oncology nurse. When you first start, it can be very overwhelming because of the new regimens and the new treatments, new drugs, everything is new, and it can be difficult to really retain that information. So one of the things that I did as a new oncology nurse is I created a binder. I call this my brain in a book. And what I did is before I gave any drug, before I educated a patient on their cancer or any treatments, I would go to a reputable resource like UpToDate or Lexicomp or ChemoCare, and I would find a handout for exactly what I was doing, and I would print that out. I would put it in alphabetical order in my book, and then I would make notes, whether it was little nuggets of information from more seasoned oncology nurses or providers or pharmacy or even the patients themselves sometimes. I would write those down on those pages, and so that way I could easily reference them back and I could build upon that knowledge. I'll show you guys a page in my book. So this is one of the pages in the middle, and you'll see all of my little handwritten notes. And what I did is anything that was important, whether it was when a reaction was more likely to occur or a lab value that I needed to make sure that I checked before giving this medication, or something specific that the patient needed to know before they got this medication. And I continued to build that knowledge. Every time I learned something new, I would write it in this book. Every time I gave a new drug, I would add it to my book. And as the book grew and my reference grew, my confidence grew, my capability as a nurse grew, and I didn't feel the need to retain all of that information right up front, that I knew that I had the information, that I could reference it, and that I could grow and I could be successful as an oncology nurse. And one of the things that I do now is my binder now sits at the nurses station, and I also encourage any of the other new nurses that start to reference the binder, that they can build their own binders. And it's something that's been very helpful, and it's something that has grown confidence, not only in my abilities as an oncology nurse, but in my coworkers as well.